resonance. Very good. Some problem is there, right? Okay, so in the last class we have seen the series resonance. Now the parallel resonance circuit. So the elements resistance, inductance, and capacitance will be in parallel. Okay, will be in parallel. Then this is R, L, and C. V is the voltage, source voltage, and I is the current drawn by this network, like a parallel RLC network. Again, what is the network frequency? Okay, because for resonance to happen, the network frequency has to match with the signal frequency. That time, if the signal frequency is equal to the network frequency, then the resonance condition will occur. So here, as the elements are in parallel, okay, so here the current will be divided like this: IR, IL, and IC. Anyway, the voltage will be same because all the elements are in parallel. So the voltage across resistance, inductor, and capacitance, everything is same. That is the source voltage. But what is the resonance condition? At resonance, okay, at resonance, the V source voltage and source current has to be in phase. Okay, that means the circuit has to be resistive. Okay, so that is at resonance, V and I is in phase. Okay, is in phase. Okay, is in phase. Again, in phase in the sense what circuit is resistive. At resonance, circuit is resistive. Okay, and because the current and voltage will be in phase only when the circuit is of resistive nature, or otherwise you will have some phase offset between the voltage and current, source current. Okay, but in general there will be the phase offset. But if you vary your frequency at some time, at some point of time, that your frequency will become equal to the network frequency, then that time the network will look like a resistance. Even though the inductor and capacitance is there, that effect will cancel each other. Then finally you will see the only the resistance. Okay, that time that circuit is of resistive nature. Okay, now what is the common impedance? Okay, looking from this, that you should know what is the impedance. Anyway, finally the impedance is okay, like only resistive. But and again, what is the common impedance? For that you have to calculate the impedance separately, and you have to do the parallel combination. Or otherwise, one more idea is to just calculate the admittance. Okay, individual element admittance. Okay, once if you calculate the admittance, if the elements are in parallel, then you can directly add the admittance. Okay, so that is Y is equal to YR, YL, and YC. Okay, later you can take the inverse to get the equivalent impedance. Okay, what is the YR value? That is 1 by R. Okay, this is 1 by J omega L. YZ is equal to J omega C. Okay, I already told you whether you are in an impedance domain or admittance domain. Once, if you are at resonance condition, the J term will be is equal to 0. The J term will become equal to 0. So, so again, you just modify this equation 1 by R. Okay, so if you take that J, again this you can write like minus J divided by omega L. This is plus J omega C. Okay, and then further you can take the J outside. Okay, once if you take the J outside, okay, so what is the equation? 1 by R. If you take that J outside, then you will get omega C minus omega L, like this. Okay, and then again you can calculate what is Z by writing like this. Okay, because Z equivalent is equal to 1 by Y, and again that equation will become little bit complex. Finally, again you will get the real term and imaginary term. Okay, that time also you can equate the imaginary term to be equal to 0, or otherwise directly you can equate, because at resonance, whether you are in impedance domain or admittance domain, the J term is always 0. Okay, at resonance. Okay, so now this J term is equal to 0. So omega C minus omega L is equal to 0. Okay, omega C is equal to 1 by omega L. So omega is equal to 1 by square root of LC, because exactly at the resonance, Okay, the frequency is omega naught. Okay, so what is the resonant frequency for the parallel RLC network? That is 1 by square root of LC. But for series combination also we got the same answer, 1 by square root of LC, that the resonant frequency of series RLC or parallel RLC both are same, but other parameters will vary. Okay, other parameters will vary. So again, here also the resonant frequency is 1 by square root of LC, or otherwise F naught is equal to 1 by 2 pi square root of LC. Okay, LC hertz. Okay, this is the resonant frequency. Now you concentrate on this one. See how the admittance is varying with respect to omega. Okay, see, this is the admittance value. Again, if you take the modulus of this admittance, okay, so what will be the modulus of this? That one is 1 by R whole square, and this term square overall square root. Okay, so that is 1 by R whole square omega C minus 1 by omega L whole square overall square root. Okay, now again with respect to omega, this is the function of omega. This admittance value magnitude is function of omega. Okay, so again you are in magnitude domain, so definitely you'll get answers only in the first quadrant. Okay, because in the first quadrant, because anyway that frequency will be taking as a positive only, and again result also positive, so I am in the first quadrant. Okay, so this is your frequency. Okay, then see y could be anything, it depends on omega. Then what will be the minimum value of this function? What will be the minimum value of this function from this? Because this is like a square plus b square. Okay, but if you see here again you can somehow make it as 0, because under some condition if omega c is equal to omega L, then this term is 0, because that will happen only at resonant frequency, because at resonant frequency omega naught c is equal to 1 by omega naught L. Exactly at resonant frequency both the terms are same and opposite, so they will cancel each other. So at resonance, exactly at resonance, say for example if you are at omega is equal to omega naught, the second term will cancel, only you are having first term. Okay, so and again you are getting some value. Okay, but that value is y is equal to 1 by R. Okay, exactly, y is equal to 1 by R, and also it can be written as G, because 1 by R means G. Okay, it's like resistance, that opposite is like a conductance. Okay, now what will happen if any other frequency, okay, if other than omega naught, if you are using other than omega naught, okay, your frequency could be less than omega naught, or it may be greater than omega naught. Say for example, if you are at certain frequency, you may go this side or this side. Okay, this is omega naught, this is like omega greater than omega naught. Okay, again in this direction omega is less than omega naught, you are at certain frequency omega naught. Exactly at omega naught this is like 0. Okay, but and again if you decrease your frequency, if you are decreasing your frequency, which term will dominate here? Okay, once if you decrease the frequency, the second term will dominate. Okay, more you reduce, again more the second term, but the second term is negative, no problem, again you are taking square, but more the difference, more the value. So what happens if you further decrease, then this value will increase like this. Okay, again in this way also, again if omega is greater than omega naught, this term will dominate. Okay, the first term will dominate, again square you are taking, and again more the difference, more the value, because you are taking the square. Okay, so your admittance is going like this. Okay, this is the magnitude of the admittance of the circuit with respect to omega. Okay, at omega is equal to omega naught, the value is minimum. Okay, at all other frequencies the admittance is greater than this admittance. Okay, now once you know the admittance, then what is the corresponding impedance diagram for this? Because we have to analyze, again you should know what is it, because the relationship between the admittance and the impedance is 1 by Z. Okay, y is equal to 1 by Z, or Z is equal to 1 by Y. Okay, so for this diagram, if you apply 1 by Y, what will happen? Okay, so okay, so now again you are at certain frequency, omega is equal to omega naught. at omega naught you are having minimum value. 1 by minimum is maximum. Okay, so you'll get some maximum value. Okay, and again here maximum, so correspondingly you'll get some minimum value. Okay, again here also minimum, then again it varies something like this. Okay, it varies like this. Okay, so this is omega with respect to mod z. Okay, now what is your impedance of the network, parallel RLC network? That is maximum, impedance is maximum. Okay, again once if impedance is maximum, what will happen to the current flowing in the circuit? Because okay, so what will happen to the total current coming out of the source? Because total current is I coming out of the source. Again it may be distributed, that's okay, but what is the total current? Okay, see what finally important, because we know what is mod z, then based on the mod z, that will decide I, because V is constant, V you are applying. Okay, I you have to measure, okay, based on mod z, because mod z is function of omega. Okay, so mod z is function of omega. So again ultimately your current also is the function of omega. So again we have mod z function, but more the mod z value, lesser the current, lesser the mod z value, more the current. Okay, so current and modulus of the impedance are opposite to each other. So what will be the current nature? Okay, say again here omega, this is mod is I. Okay, this is like I. What will happen to the current? Okay, so exactly at omega is equal to omega naught. Okay, so here impedance is maximum, so current will become minimum. Okay, current will become minimum, and again here impedance is minimum, so current will become maximum. Here also maximum, so again current varies something like this. It varies like this. And now what happened finally to the current? Okay, see, with respect to omega naught, the current becomes minimum. Okay, it is something opposite to the series resonance circuit, because in series resonance at exactly omega is equal to omega naught, we got maximum current. Okay, we got maximum current, but here it is opposite. So at parallel resonance, impedance is maximum. Okay, at parallel resonance impedance is maximum. Okay, so because the impedance is maximum, so the current is, okay, current is minimum. Okay, as the current is minimum, this circuit is called as a rejector circuit. Okay, it is not accepting the more current. Okay, at resonance, okay, it is getting less current, that means it is rejecting, it is called as a rejector circuit. Okay, it is called as a rejector circuit. Okay, so again what is the nature of this filter type? Okay, if you see this is again the mid frequency it is not allowing, but higher frequency it is allowing, lower frequency also it is allowing. It is something like band stop filter. Okay, see, particular frequency it is stopping, the rest of the frequency it is allowing, so it is something similar to band stop filter. Okay, this is the characteristics of the band stop filter. Okay, band stop filter means only particular range of frequency it will not allow. Okay, rest of the range it will easily allow. Okay, so that is the band stop filter. Okay, now what is happening at exactly at omega is equal to omega naught? Okay, so see, at omega is equal to omega naught, exactly at resonant frequency. Okay, what is your y in general? Y is equal to 1 by r plus 1 by r a bit y is equal to 1 by r whole square omega c minus 1 by omega l whole square overall square root. Okay, at exactly omega is equal to omega naught, this second term will cancel, so you'll get only first term, that is y by 1, y is equal to 1 by r. Y is equal to 1 by r means what? This is like total admittance, yt total admittance, and again y is equal to 1 by r is like the admittance. Okay, admittance of the only resistance. Okay, admittance of the resistance. Okay, so again equivalently I can write instead of yt I can also write zt. Okay, ZT means R, equivalent, that is like total impedance of the network, that is R. Okay, exactly at resonance, what is the total impedance? Only resistance is there. Okay, so, and again, the effect of inductor and capacitor is not there. Okay, actually, what is happening, if you see, say for example, some resistance is there, some inductor is there, some capacitor is there. Suppose, anyway, you know, the current across the inductor will be like in terms of J. Okay, say for example, if Ji current flows here, okay, and then this is in this direction. For example, I'm telling, okay, again, another Ji current flows in this direction. Okay, now what is happening actually? Now here current I is coming. Okay, effectively, if we see this Ji current is going in this way and going to the inductor, again, it will be going in this loop only. Always it goes in this loop. But again, what is the current here? Current here is 0. Okay, some voltage is there. Again, here I current is coming, then there is no other way to go. This current has to come here. Okay, I. Again, this is R. Now, what you will do, Z equivalent, how you will measure? Z equivalent is something like what you are given as input V. What is the current drawn from the circuit? That is I only, because here it is going in this loop. So finally, this is equal to R. That's why at resonance, okay, this will happen only at resonance. Okay, in all other conditions, the scenario will be different. But exactly if you are at resonance, the current nature will be something like this. Okay, so that's why Z equivalent is equal to V by R. V by I is simply that is equal to R. Okay, now what happens when the frequency is less than omega naught? Okay, so at omega less than omega naught, what happens? Okay, so for that, what is the admittance value? Admittance Y is equal to G minus JB, G minus JB, because what is the actual value? Once if you see, the actual value is something like this: 1 by R plus J omega C minus 1 by omega L. Okay, now you can see here, once if your frequency is less than resonant frequency omega naught, okay, if it is less, which term will dominate? Okay, whether finally you will get plus or minus, because once if omega is less than omega naught, your frequency is less, that means this term will dominate. Okay, because it is less value, 1 by less is more, this term will dominate as compared to this term. That's why again minus is there. That's why finally you are getting minus here. Okay, again equivalently I can write G minus JB. Again here B is positive only, because that minus is here. Okay, B is like a positive quantity. Okay, now again, if you again, can somebody tell me, if I take the inverse of this 1 by Y, what could be the format? Anyway, I'll get some new resistance. Okay, that is not exactly R. Something will come that I can put R dash. Then what will come here? Either plus or minus. Anyway, some reactance will come, because X 1 by B is like X. Okay, because 1 by R is like G. Okay, similarly 1 by X is like B. Okay, so resistance, okay, conductance, okay, and again this is reactance, and it is like admittance, something like that. I don't know, I think some name is there, exact name is there for B, some name is there, but what I'm telling, G is equal to 1 by R, B is equal to 1 by X, it is something like that. Okay, but exactly I will not get B 1 by B, but something will come. Okay, that X dash I am putting. Okay, some X dash. Now what I will get, either plus or minus? Anybody?
Minus J.
Minus. Okay, let us try 1 by G minus JB. Okay, what you will do? 1 minus G minus JB, you will multiply like this: G plus JB and then G plus JB. Okay, so this is G plus JB. This is G square plus B square. Okay, I can separate this G divided by G square plus B square plus J to B divided by G square plus B square. This term I can call it as R dash. This term I can call it as X dash, because this is like impedance. Okay, impedance means R plus JX. Okay, but I will not write R plus JX, because that is not equal to R. It is something else. That's why R dash. Okay, again, it is not equal to simply X. That is something else. That is X dash. Okay, now what you are getting? Plus or minus or?
Plus J.
Plus J. So simply you have to imagine, okay, 1 by Y means here minus means if it goes upward, then that is plus J X dash, okay, plus J X dash. Now tell me, once if impedance of the any circuit is in this format, then we can call it as that is like RL circuit, okay, it is similar to RL circuit, because whenever we have RL circuit, we'll get plus here. If it is RC circuit, we'll get minus here, okay, it is something similar to RL circuit, but it is not series RL, it is like a RL parallel circuit. Okay, so effectively, okay, this is like RL parallel circuit. Okay, so once if your frequency is less than omega naught, okay, if your frequency is less than omega naught, effectively you can consider the effect of this inductor and capacitance as a simply inductor. Okay, so that is the idea. Okay, so and again one more idea is that very simply you can tell, because when the frequency is less, okay, this will produce less reactance or less resistance, then it will have more effect, because I already told you whenever you have elements in parallel, the resistor which is having less value, okay, the ultimate resistance will be decided by the lesser value of the resistance. Okay, so once if you see very simply, if frequency is less, this will be less, then this will dominate. Okay, finally the impedance value will be decided by this one. That's why finally we are getting the inductor nature. Okay, but here they are in parallel only, resistance in parallel with the L. Okay, this is like RL parallel circuit. Again, you know, let it be series or parallel. Okay, whenever you have an inductor, what is the concept? Which one will lead, which one will lag? Current will lag V by phi. Okay, so whenever you have a inductor, voltage will lead, current will lag. Okay, so if V is like this, current will be like this. Okay, so this is the idea. So next, when at omega greater than omega naught, Y is equal to, how can I write, G plus JB? Because why I am writing like this, omega is greater than omega naught. Okay, once if you observe this equation, omega is larger. Okay, larger means as per this here, which one will dominate? Larger means this term will dominate. Okay, then that means plus J will come. Okay, that's why I am putting effective value. Okay, it's like B means effective value, G plus JB. Okay, so once if I take inverse, then this is like Z. So Z is equal to some new thing will come, that is R dash. Here minus will come. Again here B dash will come. Again, and not to get confused with the previous one, you can put some other notation also. Okay, so I think except that plus minus, okay, this plus minus remaining thing is same only. So R dash minus J B dash. Okay, so it's not B dash, X dash. X dash. Now, what is the nature of this circuit? This is like RC circuit, but here RC parallel circuit. So parallel RC circuit, and then what will happen when we have a capacitance? Okay, which one will lead? Current will lead, voltage will lag. So voltage lags current by phi. Okay, so voltage will lag, current will lead. Okay, so I can put like this. Okay, so again, if omega is greater than omega naught, here itself you can conclude, because if frequency is large, okay, which term will dominate? Because if frequency is more, okay, again if you see here, this will produce more resistance, this will produce less resistance. But whenever the elements are parallel, the element which produce less resistance will be deciding the final value. So again here the circuit nature will be like a capacitance only, because at this point the capacitor is having very less impedance, so final impedance will be decided by the capacitor. So effectively you can consider like a resistance and a capacitor circuit, but they are in parallel. That's it. Okay, now And again, at resonance, what is happening? Exactly at resonance, what is happening? Omega is equal to omega naught. Circuit is like a resistance. Okay, when omega is less than omega naught, RL parallel circuit. When omega is greater than omega naught, RL RC parallel RC circuit. Okay, now once if you proceed further, at resonance, you know, the impedance of the inductor is equal to the impedance of the capacitor, or otherwise the admittance provided by the inductor. Okay, so admittance, pure admittance means you can write like this. Okay, so ZL is equal to ZC, that means impedance due to the inductor alone. Okay, so or otherwise I can write like this, BL is equal to BC. Okay, just opposite. Okay, just opposite nature. Okay, so and again at resonance, IL is equal to exactly IC. IL is equal to exactly IC. And again, how this is possible? Because already one example I told you. If you see here, okay, so here Ji, here it is like minus Ji, because current I have put upward, but once if you put in the regular format, then that is like minus Ji. Okay, so what is happening finally? The magnitude of the current through the inductor, through the capacitor are same. So that's why again IL, the magnitude of the current through IL and IC both are same. Okay, this is exactly at a resonance. Okay, this is exactly at resonance. Again, what is the current distribution? Resistance, inductor, and capacitor. VI, this is R, LC, IR, IL, IC. Exactly at resonance, the current will be there across the inductor and capacitor, but they will be in opposite direction with the J term. Okay, their magnitude is equal. Okay, and some IR will be there. That IR is purely V divided by R. Okay, IR is purely V divided by R. Okay, then what is the phasor diagram? Okay, so in general, for parallel RLC, what is a phasor diagram? Not at the resonance, at in any condition. Okay, in general, what is the phasor diagram? Because the voltage is constant. Okay, again, you know, the voltage, same voltage is applied across the resistor. Okay, that's why again current will also be in the same direction. Again, you know, the capacitor current will be upward. Okay, the inductor current will be downwards. Okay, it is something opposite to capacitor voltage and inductor voltage. Okay, that we will get in a series combination. Okay, in series combination here we will get inductor voltage VL. Here we will get a capacitor voltage, but here we are writing it in current. Okay, it's just something opposite. Okay, okay. So in the upper part we will get capacitor current, in the lower part we will get inductor current. Okay, and again this is pi. Okay, so this is the general diagram. Again, based on that, which one will lead? So, okay, so if capacitor current is more than IL, then effective current will go like this. Okay, or otherwise, if inductor current is more than IC, then effective current will go in this way. Okay. Now, what is the Q factor? Quality factor at resonance. Okay. Whenever you have a parallel combination, what is the quality factor? Okay, Q factor at resonance. Okay, what is the quality factor? It is just opposite to what you already studied. Okay, because we have seen for series combination, that is omega naught omega L divided by R. Here just opposite, R divided by omega L, and again there we studied like 1 by omega RC. Here just omega RC. Okay, here just omega RC. Okay, this is the quality factor of the parallel resonance circuit. Okay, and you know what is omega naught? Omega naught is always 1 by square root of LC. And then what is Q? Q is equal to R by omega naught L. Okay, then you substitute the omega naught, that is 1 by square root of LC into L. Okay, then finally you'll get R C by L, R C by L. Okay, so again Q is equal to R C by L. I think for series resonance, you would have got like this 1 by R square root of L by C. Here, just opposite, R in the numerator, and again, this L by C is flipped. It is like C by L. Okay, this is for series. Okay, once if you remember for series, again, you can write it for parallel. Okay, this is for parallel or else Q. Okay, Q is equal to R into square root of C by L. Okay. Now, what is the voltage? Okay, the effective voltage V is equal to I into mod Z. Okay, so from this, V is equal to I mod I. Z you can write like a 1 by mod Y, 1 by mod Y. Again, you know what is mod Y? Mod Y is 1 by R square omega C minus 1 by omega L whole square overall square root. Okay, or what is V? V is equal to I by Y. So mod I divided by Y, that is 1 by R whole square. So that is like 1 by R whole square omega C minus 1 by omega L whole square. Okay, again from here also, from here you can calculate what is V, mod V, exactly at omega is equal to omega naught. Okay, so from this equation, at omega is equal to omega naught, exactly at resonant frequency, what is mod V? Mod V is equal to mod I. So exactly at omega is equal to omega naught, the second term will cancel, only first term will be there. Okay, so that square root will be there. Okay, so you'll get only first term. Okay, so 1 by R square root, that is like 1 by R only. So that R we can take up. Okay, mod I into R. Again, if you see, exactly at resonance, the total current across the resistance is this only. Okay, and again you are multiplying with the resistance. Again, this I can write it as VR, because exactly at resonance, what is happening? The entire current, as it comes here, it is flowing like this, because here the current is in some different way. It is going in the loop. Okay, it is going in the loop here. Exactly at resonance, whatever the source current, total current that is coming here, that only going to the resistance. That's why mod I into R, I can write it as VR. Okay, because that mod I is current across the resistance, because at resonance, mod I is equal to IR only. Okay, IR into R, so I can write it as VR. Okay, so exactly at resonance, what is happening? The voltage across the resistance is same as the source voltage, but whether it is at resonance or not, always the voltage will be same, because all are like a parallel element. Okay, but what happens to the current? Okay, exactly at omega is equal to omega naught, what happens to the current? Okay, see, current across the resistance. Okay, this is IR. Okay, the current IR is equal to VR divided by R. Okay, anyway, VR is same as V, source voltage, and then divided by R. Again, V is equal to mod I into R divided by R, and again mod I. Okay, okay, once again we are proving that the current across the resistor is same as the total current. Okay, same as the total current. Then what happens to the other elements? Okay, for inductor and capacitor. Okay, what is the current across the inductor? Because current across any element is voltage across that element divided by the impedance of that element. Okay, see, I need a current across the inductor. Once if we go to the regular diagram, what is the current across this inductor? Okay, it is something like, what is the voltage across the inductor divided by the impedance offered by the inductor. Okay, voltage across the inductor is V. Okay, so impedance offered is like 1 by j omega L. Okay, then once if you substitute 1 by j omega L or 1 by j XL. Okay, so this is like VL divided by j omega, but exactly we are at resonance, so j omega naught L. Okay, that minus j you can take up. Okay, VL is same as V only, because all the elements are in parallel. So V is equal to VR, that is equal to VL, that is equal to VC. Okay, so instead of VL, that is like a source voltage. What is the source voltage? That is I into R. Okay, mod I into R. Okay, divided by omega naught L. Okay, and once if you concentrate on this part, R divided by omega naught L. Okay, that is like a Q. that is like a Q. So this is like minus J Q naught into mod I. Okay, so what is the current across the inductor that time? That is Q times of the source current. Okay, Q times of the source current with minus J, with minus J. Similarly, what is the current across the capacitor? Okay, current across the capacitor I is